Hey guys, welcome to Facebook Live. My name is Lindsay and I am going to be guiding you through I Got My Miracle today. So welcome. We'll just give some people a chance to hop on. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, so it's been another beautiful week here. We are coming to you from Rythmia Life Advancement Center here. We are located in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's a very sunny and windy day today, which feels amazing after being in the heat. So I have Allison here with me.
Hello.
Thank you so much for sharing your miracles.
I'm so excited to share. There's so much to share.
And you came all the way from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes.
Yeah, a little different weather there.
Yeah. It was only like a 60-degree difference. I'm like, I'm here.
So if you guys are joining for the first time, welcome. We are so happy to have you. Please tell us where you're joining from. If you watch this every week, then you know all about the miracles, especially if you've been here. If you're on your way back, then tell us when you're coming back, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you. So let's see. Hi, Mindy from New Jersey. So nice to have you guys. Yeah, so it's been another incredible week. Wow. We had Parashakti here this week leading our Dance of Liberation, which was also
super fun.
Incredible. She's a super amazing goddess herself.
Yeah.
And she gets to share all that beautiful energy with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, when did you originally hear about Rythmia?
So I heard about Rythmia back in December, as in this past December, from Catherine, Manifestation Babe. I've been following her work for a while and things like that, and I heard her talk about it on the podcast, and I instantly knew. I was like, I have to go. Like, I have to go. It was just 100% done, and I signed up for it that same week.
Beautiful. Hi, Jennifer Sedini.
Hey.
Mara from Pennsylvania. So nice to see all of you guys. So you heard about it in December.
Yep.
It's still February, so that's pretty soon. So after you heard about it, when did you make the phone call and book your trip?
Literally within days. So it was mid-December, within days of hearing that podcast. Because I just knew instantly. I was like, we're making this happen. We're going. And so I called. I got some information, and then I just kind of worked things out. And it's funny because at the same time, I was doing an abundance course about like 31 days to abundance, about money, mindset, blocks, and things like that. Because I had been stuck in kind of like a saving and hoarding mode, if you will, and like having a, fear of like letting go of money. And it was like perfect timing because I had just been going through that course, and I finally just released these like money blocks that I was having about spending money, and especially about travel. That was kind of my biggest block. I just had blocks around like, oh, I can't spend money on traveling because it's not tangible, it's going to be over in a week. And it was just weird because it was that week that I had it was like days before that I had just let go of that block. It was like gone. I'm like, yeah, I feel good about booking. And so that enabled me to like make the call and be able to like invest. And it was like the best investment of my life.
So once you booked, did you notice that synchronicity started happening?
Yeah, but I can't remember what they were right now. The great ththing is I've been noticing synchronicities of like my whole life leading up to this.
Beautiful. It's all perfect.
Yeah, it really is. Like all the pieces are like coming together now, and I'm getting synchronicities like every day now that I'm here, which is great.
And they will continue.
Yeah.
You'll just be more aware. You're more connected to your intuition, and when things happen, then it's all perfect.
Yeah.
So once you arrived in Costa Rica, and we had our team there to pick you up, and you got on a van with a lot of other people.
Actually, it was just me.
Really?
Because I got in late on Saturday. It was like 10:30.
So how was it once you arrived here?
It was really good. It was late, so it was very quiet. It was dark. I didn't really see anyone except for the person who greeted me, but it was just so calm. And I just felt, I don't know, I was just so excited to be here. Got led to my room, pretty much passed out right away because I was tired.
And you arrived on Saturday or Sunday?
I arrived on Saturday.
Okay, so you got to experience the breath work on Sunday night?
Yes, which was amazing.
Okay. Had you ever done transformational breath before?
No, never. And that's when I saw things during the breath work, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah. And I was crying, and it was like so great. Like all this stuff was coming out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you started off just right away feeling connected.
Yeah.
So then leading into Monday,
Mm-hmm.
we had classes on Monday.
Yeah.
We got to go to the opening talk.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. All the classes are good. Which one was Monday? They're all kind of, what class was
We had
Monday?
that opening talk. With the
Oh yeah.
integration.
It was so interesting. It made me so excited and just like kind of like, whoo, okay, we're doing this. Like, and it was great because I had, of course, questions because I've never done ayahuasca before. So I'm like, okay, like what am I, so it gave me some comfort to kind of know, like, not necessarily, a little bit of what to expect, but just kind of like how to go through it.
Yeah. If you haven't been here before, we have 4 plant medicine ceremonies during the week, and there's also classes, plant integration, and things that are set up to help you go through this process, and where you can talk and get your questions answered if there's any doubts or concerns, so that way that you have a lot of trust going into it.
Yeah, which is important.
So Monday, whenever you're lining up for ceremony, how are you feeling?
I was feeling really excited, honestly, super excited, but a little nervous because I knew, I so when I booked the trip, like I knew that you could vomit. It was just a thing. And it was funny because I had no qualms about it whatsoever. When I booked, I'm like, yeah, I don't care if I vomit. Like, it's no big deal. Like, whatever. I just didn't care about it at all. But first, like on Monday, I had this sudden overwhelming just fear of vomiting. It's like, I really don't want to vomit, please. So like going into the first ceremony, I was really excited. I was almost like trying to really just go into it with like that childlike wonder and curiosity. But I had a small fear beginning to build about puking.
It's the best vomit ever.
Yes.
And so Monday night,
yeah,
the miracles already started coming.
Oh my gosh, the miracles, yes, came in hard and fast on Monday. It was very intense, but great. I pretty much, so I came here with like a lot of sadness, just deep sadness. I lost my mom when I was 15. If I cry, I'm sorry. I lost my mom when I was 15, and she had leukemia when I was 8, and she got over that, but it destroyed her immune system, and so she got a cold when I was 15, and over the course of 2 weeks, it turned into pneumonia, and then it turned into a fungal infection in her lungs, and ultimately her lungs collapsed, and so she was on a breathing machine. And we kind of knew we were just going to have to take her off of it. And the day before we did, we all went into the room, the hospital room, and we were all saying, going up to her and saying, I love you, except for me. I just felt so self-conscious, and I was like, a teenager, and I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it. I didn't go up to her, I didn't say I loved her, and I regretted that for the rest of my life. And I had so much guilt around it, and sadness, and so Monday, it started, like, after I took the first cup, I just started crying uncontrollably. I couldn't stop crying, and I remember saying, like, I just want this sadness to be gone, and one of the shamans, Nadia, came up and she comforted me, and it was amazing, and once I worked through all the crying, and I was basically crying all night, even when I wasn't crying, tears were coming out of my eyes. But I instantly went into just like all these visions. I got shown who I had become pretty quickly. It felt like I had become a very rigid person, very into my routine, self-absorbed, like give me what I want, and give it to me now, and routine, regimen. And so I was like, okay, selfish. And so we got through that, and shortly thereafter, I saw my mom, and I got to talk to her, and I got to tell her I love her so many times, and she was smiling. It was incredible. And just like my mind is boggled. And then we also got to read a book together, because shortly before she got sick, she asked me if I wanted to read Alice in Wonderland together. And I said no, because I'm like, I'm 15, like I'm too cool for that. Like, who reads with their mom when they're 15? And I always regretted that too. And we got to read that book together. It was like the most incredible thing. And also there are so many miracles that happened, so I won't like go over all of them, but a couple other big ones that happened after my mom is that I got a new brain. So there's things called operations or surgeries that you can have.
Celestial surgery.
I had many celestial surgeries, like countless celestial surgeries over the week, and I got a new heart, which was amazing. And then I got told that I was having a brain replacement, and Albert Einstein was my lead surgeon. I don't know, but he gave me a new brain because I had a lot of depression growing up, a lot of anxiety, and I was told that's what that was for. And then my dad, who is still alive, he got diagnosed with Parkinson's a few months ago, and he's also had an irregular heartbeat. AFib in his heart, and he's had 3 surgeries on it, and it has never worked. And I was told the celestial aliens, light workers, whatever you want to call them, they came in, and I saw my dad, and they opened his head up, and they said, we're removing the Parkinson's. And then they came and they gave him a new heart as well. Just like, and that is the stuff that's happening all week.
And that was just Monday.
That is a very Cliff Notes version of what happened on Monday. There was a million other things that happened, but those are the really like, ah!
And if you guys are joining us and you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hi, Chris. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Leo. Hi, Mindy. It's good to see all of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Monday was just incredible.
Yes.
So then we go right into Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday was with Christian, Tuesday was with Brad.
Yep.
And how was Tuesday for you?
Tuesday was also very intense, but in a good way. You know, I went in again, and since I had been told that I was a very like regimented person, very self-centered and just all about me, and my regimen is the word I kept hearing, I decided to go into the rest of the ceremonies with the intention of just, I trust you 100%. You'll give me exactly what I need. And I had no other questions, nothing that I was expecting. And so the night was very like visual. I just saw nothing but visions. I was on my mattress all night, and I felt so nauseous after that first cup, just like super nauseous. I was struggling a little bit, and I remember calling to one of the shamans, and I was like, I don't even think I can do the second cup. I'm too sick. And she was like, don't even think about that right now. It's okay. Just, you know, lean into it. And I was like, okay, yes, like going full in. And so I had the second cup, and then somewhere during the second cup, I saw a fox, and I was feeling very sick. And the fox is interesting because on Sunday night, before I had any of the plant ceremonies, during the breathwork class, I saw a fox, and I was like, I don't know what this means. I even asked the breathwork leader at the end, like, well, I saw a fox. What does that mean? He's like, I don't know. Go look it up when you get home. And so I did. And the fox, I looked up the fox totem, and it said basically to the effect of a big change is coming, like a big uncomfortable change is coming, and you're going to have to make a decision quick. That's all I knew, and I had no idea what it meant. So anyway, on Tuesday, after I'd taken the second cup and I'd been feeling very sick and seen a lot of things, the fox came and said, you need a third cup. And when you're feeling sick and you're feeling nauseous, you do not want a third cup. And I was just like, no. And he was like, well, you need a third cup, and you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make it quick, and it's up to you, but you're running out of time. And so I went up and I got that third cup, and all of these crazy miracles started happening after I got the third cup. I got to see my mom again, and I basically, it's hard to explain, but I got to die with her because she was afraid when she was dying. And I remember my family told my dad was in the room, and he remembered she looked so scared as she was dying. And so I got to sit with her and die with her, and then I just got to witness her being reborn. And after she was reborn, I got to put a new pair of lungs in her because her lungs had collapsed, and oh, it was incredible. So that happened, which was it. So all the trauma and sadness that I had had for years, I'm talking visceral sadness and guilt, was completely gone. So that's one of the major miracles. And then the light workers, what's a better word? Aliens, light workers, doesn't matter. They look like the typical aliens. They came in and they said that they were going to reward me for my bravery, and they gave me several upgrades. One of them was a new intuition, because I've been trying to hone in my intuition for last year, and I've been struggling with it a bit. And so they upgraded my intuition, which was amazing. They gifted me with lucid dreaming, they said, because I've been trying to do that and not having any success. So they gave me that. They gave me so many things. Like it was just like a complete transformational night of healing. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, is this too good to be true? Like, all of this stuff is happening. Like, surely, like, it's too good to be true. How is this possible? Am I dreaming? And so this will tie into tomorrow night. But so at this point, I was questioning, is this really too good to be true? And at one point during the third cup, I saw a snake go into my eye. And I didn't know what that meant, but I would the next day.
Yeah. So Tuesday was also amazing.
Yes. Yes.
So many miracles. She said to me before we got started, I had over 100 miracles.
I really did.
We're not going to talk about them all. So, but we will go
Yeah.
ahead and go into Wednesday. So
Yeah.
Wednesday was Ladies' Night, the night
Yep.
of the Divine Feminine.
Yep.
And during plant integration, something happened.
Yeah. So plant integration class the next day, I was sitting next to my roommate, which, by the way, was very paired that we were supposed to be together. All these synchronicities started to happen. And we were sharing the surgeries at that point. And she rose her hand and she was sharing how she had had a surgery by a snake. And I was like, a snake entered my eye last night. I must have had a surgery from a snake too. And right then, I had come into the, come to rythmia. I've been nearsighted or farsighted my whole life. It's switched back and forth. And I suddenly realized, right when I said that I had that surgery, that I could see, like, clearly. I wasn't wearing my glasses. I'm like, oh my God, I can see. And I turned to my roommate and I told her that. And she's like, oh my God, your eye is straight. I had come to rythmia with my right eye has been really lazy my whole life. I mean, it just turns in. It's crooked. You know, growing up, ever since I was a baby, I've had 3 surgeries on it growing up. You know, people are always like, coming up to me, or kids when I was a kid, they'd come up to me and be like, are you cross-eyed? And like, and it was my biggest, like, just insecurity. I couldn't take a photo looking at the camera without it turning in, you know? So anytime I took a photo, it had to be from an angle so I didn't look totally cross-eyed. And she told me it was straight. And I looked in the mirror and it's freaking straight. My eye is completely straightened out. The one that I've had surgery on 3 times without success is completely straight. I took photos of myself with a straight eye. My vision is like healed. And I realized that this was the thing that I needed to show me that, yes, it's all happening. Because I was questioning if all of this is too good to be true. Like, is this real? And it was kind of like a, yes, it's real. It's actually happening.
Yeah.
So what happened on Wednesday? Wednesday was a really gentle night for me. It was the one night out of the whole week where it was more gentle, minor discomfort. And it was really nice. I got the feeling that they were, you know, she was saying, you know, you've had a really intense last 2 nights. We're going to go easy on you tonight. It's going to be gentle healing is the word I kept hearing over and over. And so it was the first night I was able to get off my mattress and go outside, and oh my goodness, got to see the stars
And the moon.
and the moon. I am huge about space. I'm like obsessed with learning about the universe. I looked up at the stars, and I don't know how long I was out there, but I was just standing there going, my mind was literally blown, and I was just like, oh, wow. I'm like walking around just like, wow. I could see like shooting stars and like little, almost like little galaxies, like turning. The stars were giant, and they were, oh my gosh, it was incredible.
The greatest show on earth. Yeah.
Yes, it really was. So for me, that was just like, that was a miracle, because I was like, I had never seen the sky like that before.
And so going through the week, the nausea, the feeling of sickness, it's all healing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times in life, we take prescriptions that Band-Aid what we're going through or mask it and make us feel better.
Yeah.
But in the long run, all the side effects make us worse. And
Yeah.
then when we drink this medicine, we get to feel all of those
Yes.
feelings so that way we can feel better after.
Yes.
And so this healing is not easy.
No,
it's hard
The
work,
hardest week of my life, not
but
gonna lie.
so fulfilling.
But the best.
So much magic lies on the other side.
I know. It really does.
And it's hard to explain the unexplainable. We say this
I
all
know.
the time.
I'm going to go home and tell everyone, and I might sound a little crazy, but it all happened.
So Monday through Wednesday were amazing.
Yes. And I didn't vomit on any of those 2 nights, which will tie into the last ceremony.
So Thursday, Leo was here.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
another big night.
It was an all-nighter, which I was a little nervous about. I'm like, you know, because I've been sleeping like 2-3 hours a night since I pretty much got since that Monday night. I'm like, how on earth am I gonna be awake all night until like 10 a.m. the next morning.
We don't need as much sleep on the medicine.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
No.
she works with us. So Yahe on Thursday.
Yes. So I went in and took the medicine, laid down, and pretty much instantly I felt so nauseated, like the most nauseated I felt all week. And I'm sitting there, I'm kind of writhing around on my mattress, like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable, like, oh. And then I was like telling myself, I'm like, oh, but I don't need to throw up. And I heard this voice that said, yeah, you do. I was like, no. Oh, it's gonna pass. I don't need to throw up. Yeah, you do. And then I heard this voice say, Mama Aya say, it's time to purge all that fear. And it's so like, I just like, because I had that fear building since Monday, and I feel like that was intentional. I didn't throw up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because the fear of throwing up was getting greater and greater and greater each day. Each and every day I was getting more and more fear about like, oh, I don't want to throw up. And finally, it was time to release all that fear. And so for me, that first half of the ceremony was all about releasing fear. So I did it, and let's just say I did it for a very long time that night.
Yeah. But once you get all of that out,
it was incredible. Like, yeah, so I spent some time releasing pretty much everywhere, purging, let's say. It's very, very uncomfortable, but I just was trying to like work through it, and must have been a few hours, and I finally felt like it had all gone away. And all of a sudden, I like sat down, and the inside of my head, and this has been happening to me a lot, was like vibrating. Like my whole head inside was like vibrating. And all of a sudden, I started seeing my friends, my family, people I know, even just a couple celebrities, and they were all getting healings. I was told on Tuesday that I was a healer, which is incredible in itself, and they were all just getting healings. Like my stepmom had a car accident in the 80s, and her husband was killed in that immediately, and she got really bad brain damage, and I performed brain surgery on her. Beautiful. And just, and that's just one out of maybe 30 people that got healed through that healing. Like, that's just one. And by the way, that reminds me, one more miracle that happened that is also huge is on Tuesday, I had thyroid cancer removed from my neck, and I didn't even know I had it, but it made perfect sense because for the last year and a half, I had been really struggling with energy and just feeling completely drained for no reason. I was eating really pretty good. I was getting lots of sleep. I was, trying to exercise, taking iron. I thought maybe I had an iron deficiency, but I was completely drained. And I had also been having dreams that, stress dreams, that something was in my throat and I couldn't get it out. I'd have weird dreams where I'm like pulling out like clothes, for example, trying to get something out of my throat. And I'd also been having nudges like something might be wrong. But I had a huge fear of hospitals at the time because of my mom. So I never wanted to go in and find out what was actually wrong. And on Tuesday, they were removing tons of things from me all night. And I would ask occasionally, like, what did you remove? And I heard thyroid cancer twice. And my energy levels, oh my God, are back. Like, they're back. I have so much energy. After the ceremony ended, after being up all night, I was so energized. I didn't go to bed yesterday. I mean, I went to bed last night, but I didn't take a nap. I didn't need a nap. I had so much energy for the first time, and I've been telling people, like, every negative emotion that I came in here with, sadness, resentment, anger, all the things that I've been holding on to, things that I didn't realize I'd been holding on to, those are all cleared and gone. And I feel like I don't think I've felt this light since I was maybe 4 years old. And it's just like, whoa, that's what I've been saying all week. I'm just like, wow.
So it's like you're back to your childlike self.
Yes.
You reconnected with your soul.
Yes, I did.
Healed your heart.
Yes. And I got everything I needed and more.
And doing this work, you also heal your ancestors and your family, the people around you, and the children that are to come in your future.
I didn't realize it was going to have such a ripple effect, Like, I was aware when I came here that I was going to get something, healing in some way. Yeah. I didn't realize that it was going to heal, like, all the people in my life who I love, who need it, and whether it's, you know, emotionally, mentally, physically, and even people I don't know. Like at one point on Friday or Thursday night ceremony, last one, when I was having all those flashes of people I was healing, Robin Williams popped up. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. Just like, you know, people I didn't know personally were still popping up.
Yeah. This work is incredible.
Yeah.
And you went into it with no expectations.
No.
And completely surrendered. And the medicine moves through you beautifully when you're not trying to fight it or control it.
Yeah. And I'm a control freak, as I like to say, and, you know.
You used to be.
Yeah, I used to be. And it felt so great because, like, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I did go in with no expectation, I kept saying, like, at different points during the ceremony, I caught myself being like, wow, I have no agenda and it feels great. Like, it felt so great not to have to be the one in control. I didn't have to think about what I needed because I was just being shown. I didn't have to think about what questions to ask because they would just come. And it was so nice. It was such a relief not to have to, like, have everything planned out, like, you know. Oh.
So as the sun began to rise on Friday morning, we were just finishing up Thursday night with all the healing circles, and you get to see your new family here, all your brothers and sisters, the community that has been bonded forever doing this soul work.
Yeah.
The transformation in people from the time that you got here until today. People look differently.
They look different. They act different. They're just so, they're like glowing.
Yeah.
They're like glowing. They're excited. They're happy. I mean, it's incredible to watch.
Everyone's lights are shining so bright.
They're all dancing. Everyone, you know, we had just been up all night, most of us puking and crapping, sometimes at the same time. You know, it was a rough night, and people were so happy that morning. We're dancing around and smiling, and it's like 9 a.m.
It's the vibration has risen with
Yeah.
the entire group. You guys will see when you go back to the airport. So, so then yesterday there was a dance class.
Yeah.
With Pear Shakti.
I actually missed.
Oh. And then did you go to the sing-along last night?
I did, and I was at the sing-along, and I went to breathwork class.
Okay, beautiful. How was breathwork last night?
Good, really good. I never, like, the breath is just, it's something that's so easy that you can do really any time, basically.
Our original medicine, strictly breathing.
Yeah.
At any time, we can just close our eyes and take a deep breath and just release, calm down, focus, manifest.
Yeah.
Come back to center.
Yeah, it's super, super powerful, and that's something that I hadn't been doing that I'm definitely taking home with me. Like, I want to take home everything. It's amazing. And the music here is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So if anybody is watching and they're thinking about coming but maybe having some doubts, what would you say?
If you have any nudge to come whatsoever, come.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like, if you have any nudge, even if it's like a tiny little crumb, come.
You're probably watching this for a reason. You've been called.
Like, I and it's funny because I booked and I was so sure of it. Like, no, like, I knew I had to come. I booked. And around like 2 weeks before I was supposed to leave, I started getting a little nervous, a little anxious, a little doubtful even. I was like, am I crazy? You know, am I really supposed to go? Did I waste my money? Like, I was having all these doubts, but I just went anyway because, and it was like the best decision of my life. Like, the best. So if you have doubts, that's okay.
It's completely normal.
It is. It is. Yeah, so.
Hi, Valeska. Let's see. Absolutely amazing and beautiful miracles experience with you and your mom. Thanks for sharing. Any advice for getting through a particularly difficult trip? Any things I should be doing to prepare aside from the diet changes? If you guys have any questions, you can call this number. You can go to our website. You can go and check out, there's a ton of different videos, but you can call this number and they can tell you about if you're on any medication, what you need to be clean from, about the diet, and just have faith and trust and know that this journey is worth it.
It's amazing.
Some people coming in March, yay.
What I will say though, could I answer a little bit about what helped me with the trip? Like, when it's difficult, because it will, you're releasing all the difficult stuff essentially, so you're going to feel everything. and also like the physical discomfort is like lean into it really hard. Like lean into it and focus on it and just be like, thank you, because you know it's leaving. Like what's coming is going is what they say here. So if you focus on like, oh yes, I feel so nauseous. Thank you. It's leaving. Yeah. The more you focus on it and just lean into it and just be thankful for it, the quicker it passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Linda said, plant medicine is like seeing through the eyes of God.
It really is. I saw some crazy stuff.
Would this program help with childhood issues and traumas? Absolutely.
Oh.
It is. It shows you who you've become and helps you clear out all of that past. It's just coming with faith and knowing that what you're going to get is going to be exactly what you need, and let go of all expectations, because what you hear is not going to be exactly to what your journey is. It's specific to you, and she speaks to you in ways that only you can understand. It's absolutely amazing.
On Monday night, I literally saw, after I had been shown who I'd become, I literally saw every single person that I had either hurt or who had hurt me, like deeply. People that I didn't even realize, like they each came like one by one, and I was able, like if someone had hurt me that was appearing, I was able to be like, you know what, why did you do this to me? I would air it out. And then I would suddenly be filled with such an immense compassion for them. And sometimes I was even shown, like, here's why they hurt you. Here's what happened to them. And vice versa. And everything from, literally everything that I can think of that I had trauma from or hurt from is gone.
And forgiveness is a big one, too. That not only we forgive ourselves, we forgive the unforgivable. And it is absolutely incredible. Oh. Hi, Christian.
Amazing. I can't get over it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining and all these questions. Let's see. Anyone else? Anyway, so if you guys have any more questions, you can always call this number. You can call this number to book as well. Just check out rythmia.com. And we will be so happy to see all of you guys. We have a lot of really incredible guest speakers coming up. Shaman Durek will be here soon. Nessie Gomez is coming. Spirit Science will be back, and Gio will be here next week leading a beautiful meditation class and leading us through some ice baths, I believe.
Ooh,
so
nice.
So much. And you guys can just shoot us an email or call this number, and we're happy to answer any questions. So,
but if you have any inkling, do it.
So other than the breath work, what is the one big thing that you're going to take back into your life?
Oh, you mean like tools wise?
Sure.
Probably breath work. Well, other than breath work. Okay. Let's see. Maybe making the time to like. I eat pretty healthy, but I live by myself and I work from home, and I'm honestly pretty lazy about food. And so I think I'm really taking away. Like I feel amazing this week. The food is so healthy and incredible. I've had no craving. I've really struggled up until this point with like sugar cravings, and like I drink a ton of coffee and like baked goods, and all of that's just gone. Like I have no cravings whatsoever, and I have like no crashes in the afternoon or anything like that. And so I think I'll be taking that away from. There's so many things I'm taking away, but that's one of them.
Yeah, Meg.
Food.
She's the one that wrote all of our recipes here, and you can actually get her book if you want to start preparing and eating the food before you get here. It's Meg's Miracle Meals on Amazon, or you can buy it here in our gift shop in Luna whenever you get here. So that's a really good one, and I know you had mentioned some stuff about your business too. So it's
Okay, so another takeaway that I have is I have an online business, and I was just told on Thursday night, it was kind of like one of the last things that I heard, but I was basically just told, like, it's going to be so easy from this point on. Like, it's going to be so easy, and it's going to grow, and you don't need to push. You don't need to worry about it. It's just going to be, like, almost, like, magical. I was like, whoa, it's going to be, like, magic. Like, all you have to do is just trust and keep taking steps, and it's going to be super easy if you let it.
Just release the control.
Yeah.
Allow the universe to just flow through you. Allow the magic to happen.
yeah, the magic to happen. Like, I got the sense that it's going to be so magical. It's going to be the most magical year ever. Even before I came here, I got the sense that this is going to be an amazing year.
Yes.
Oh, I mean,
2020.
yeah, it's a great way to start. It's a great way to start the new decade.
It is.
So it's incredible. I'm taking home so much.
And I like to ask this, but I know that we'll see you again.
Yes, I already put down a deposit to come back. Yeah, I will be here again probably in about a year or so. I'm excited to come back. I'll probably be a little nervous because I know that it's hard.
Completely normal.
But it's like, can you really put a price on all the people that were healed this week? And
4 nights of plant medicine for a lifetime of release.
Exactly, like a lifetime of baggage gone.
Because not only do we clear ourselves, but the past.
Yes. Like the ancestor stuff is crazy. What?
So,
amazing.
What a beautiful job you did this week.
Thank you.
So, congratulations to you and everyone else that's been here. It was so much magic happening.
Yeah. It was amazing seeing everyone's breakthroughs and like synchronicities that were happening, and people. It's amazing because you start having all these like insights during the day, downloads, whatever you want to call them, like inspirational hits. You're just like, oh. Like, I've been having all these connections about, like, things that have happened in my life, and I realized, like, what the purpose was or how it led me to somewhere. It's just, like, so cool. It's
just like awareness after awareness.
Yes, it's amazing. It really is feeling like life is a game.
And to think less and feel more.
Yes. Oh, yes. That was another thing. That was released, because I'm an overthinker a bit, and I remember during one of the ceremonies, because I had been doing a really good job of just feeling and letting go, but all of a sudden during one of the ceremonies, I think it was Thursday, I started just feeling chaotic, and I even remember the room started getting chaotic. There was a lot of sounds, there was a lot of noises, people were like kind of going off the rails, and it was chaos, and I was like thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm releasing overthinking and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
because what's coming is what's going.
Yeah. It really is.
And not attaching to that. Stay in the light and in the love and in the gratitude. And remembering that everything that happened this week was setting you up for a new you, releasing all of the anger and the fear.
Yes.
And the
it's amazing. It's amazing not to be carrying around like 100 pounds of baggage.
Yeah.
More like 1,000 pounds of baggage.
So you feel so much lighter.
I feel incredibly, like, so light. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm so happy. I can't stop smiling. It's amazing. I felt before I came here, like, I'm a very positive person in general, but I had just been feeling like for the last year, like I had kind of lost my zest. You know, I wasn't feeling excited, and I love my business, but I just wasn't even feeling excited about that anymore. I'd wake up in the morning and have a really hard time getting out of bed. I wouldn't be excited. I'd just want to go back to sleep, and I just felt blah, you know, like a giant weight was on me. And it's like removed, and it's like the best feeling ever.
Well, your light is shining so bright now. It's like you've turned into a beautiful butterfly.
That's what I feel.
Now you get to go and spread your wings.
I am so excited. I can't wait to share.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for sharing your miracles.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. So, and thank you guys for watching. And if you're coming, we can't wait to see you. If you have any questions, again, just call this number or check out our Facebook page, and you can get some more information. And thanks again.
Great. Yeah, you're welcome.
And thank you guys. We will be back next Saturday, 2 p.m. So have a beautiful weekend.
Bye.
Thank you again so much.
Yeah, this has been so fun. I love sharing. It's just like incredible, everything that's happened. I just want everyone to know how amazing this place is.
They will all know.
It's great.